Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Radko from Radko Tarot, and after a long break and one COVID behind my back, we are back with the weekly videos, and in this video we're going to look into Taurus Sun, Moon, and also Taurus Rising weekly general tarot reading, January 10th up until January 16th, 2021. And should you be interested in a personal reading with me, guys, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, go into the description down below. You're going to see a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. And as well, if you do enjoy the content here on the channel, subscribing and hitting the notification bell, liking as well, and commenting is going to be greatly appreciated. So let's draw the card for Taurus, and after that we're going to jump into the reading straight away. So the first card for Taurus, that stands as the Two of Wands, followed by the second one, which is represented by the Moon card. Moving next, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. And the final prime card for Taurus, that is going to be the King of Swords. So those four cards, and there are going to be catalysts to these cards and to the Two of Wands. The catalyst is going to be the Five of Swords. So we do have a active friends as an elemental dignity. To the Moon card, the catalyst is going to stand as the Four of Cups, like that. So the catalyst is going to be the Four of Cups. We do have a passive supporters as an elemental dignity. To the Queen of Pentacles, the catalyst is going to be the Five of Wands. Those two. So we do have a passive neutrals. And to the King of Swords, the catalyst is going to be the Nine of Swords. We do have a active supporters as an elemental dignity. Okay, so that's going to do it with the cards, and let's jump straight away into the reading itself. All right, Taurus, so here is your spread on the screen, and right off the bat, guys, it seems that throughout this week you're going to be quite of a headstrong to a point, in some extent, that you may stop concerning yourselves what kind of consequences actually your actions are causing to people that are around you. Now, in some cases that's good, in other cases that's not so good, and we can see that into this elemental dignity here, which is the topic of your week. Okay, and the topic is really going to be you developing, that is, developing your a romantic, for example, situation, developing your money situation, developing your career situation, developing things that you have considering as a milestone, so rather like developing situations that you are considering reaching a solid milestone into that situation. Now, as a general reading, you guys are gonna have different situations, so you should define for yourself which one you are finding that you do have milestones into. So what is the danger that it kind of like lurks here? Well, the danger is that you may cross somebody or something that is way too big for you to handle, and the repercussions of that may happen to be that you end up being humiliated, or you end up being how can I put it into words? Straight away lied, if you will, and that is by a long shot. It's more like you are going to feel betrayed, that your trust is to be betrayed. And I can go on with an example how that is to happen. It is that because you want to develop so much that you disregard certain red flags and put your trust into somebody that your trust does not belong there, and they do betray your trust that way. But all in all, guys, Taurus, it seems that this week it is a week of a solid progress on the milestones that you have accomplished thus far romantically and as well in career. And what pains me to see here, it is that elemental dignity that we do have, the moon and the Four of Cups. It is because that points to a very, I can't even say it that it is a negative thinking. It's more close to a despair. What I mean is that if things doesn't even slightly go your way, you are to be prone to start thinking about the doom and gloom. Things are never gonna work out, okay? And in generally falling into such a state of a desperation, and the feeling like the whole the world is against you. Now, while this combo that we do have here of the moon and the Four of Cups sits into disadvantageous position, it also carries on a good fortune, and that is that this is not the end of the world. What I mean is that the presence of the moon and the Four of Cups into that position points that this, for example, is not the only job into the world, is not the only person in this world, okay, is not the only friend in this world, and so on and so forth. So it kind of speaks that even if you are to lose something, which is highly unlikely, given that you do have such a good card as a topic, you are bound to find something better in the future. But what is important here for the week for you, Taurus, is to try and tame or muffle your emotions. Very important, because this belief into the doom and gloom, this despair that you may face throughout the week comes exactly from your emotions and not from your thoughts. And while, for example, your romantic situation generally can be in a great shape, you still may find it quite desperate, or how can I put it into words? You may find it desperate because your emotions are dictating you that, but in reality, that's not the case. That being said, though, throughout the week for you, Taurus, we do have a person that is going to show up, or it's already there, and you are bound to interact with this individual. That is, we can see that here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, and that is a person who is actually helping you developing, and maybe that is the sole reason that we do have here, that you are going to be such a, how do you call it, you are to be so profitable and effective was the word that I was searching for. So you are to be so effective, because this person here actually deflects or negates, so to speak, the randomness into your situation. So it's a person who shields you from a shenanigans and makes things very foreseeable, makes things very predictable, so to speak, career-wise and as well relationship-wise. Now, that could be your mentor, it could be as well your supervisor, very best friend, you know, it could be a family member as well, but that person here knows your worth. And their purpose is to make you believe in yourself and that you can do it, okay? That you can consolidate your romantic life, that you can consolidate your career life as well, and that you can accomplish something great, which is going to be your strive for throughout the week. And it seems that towards the end of the week, you are to face a significant problem. That is not going to be just only your problem, but it's going to be a situational problem, like the problem of the situation. It's not the problem, again, the problem is not within you and it does not affect you directly, but it is a problem of the situation. And to give you an example of it, say you are in a long distance relationship. The relationship is going great, but the problem that it's long distance remains, okay? So this problem does not affect you directly, but it is a problem of the situation. And by having this end here of the week, okay, the King of Swords with the Nine of Swords, that problem that you are to face with your growth, career-wise or relationship-wise, is going to be addressed very accurately, so to speak, quite, how do you put it, adequately. And it seems that you are to start analyzing the situation. You and the people that are involved into the problem are going to start analyzing the situation. And through that analysis, a very, very effective strategy is to be manufactured, is to be established. And through that strategy, the way through these problems and through these difficulties is to be revealed. And another thing about those couple of cards, it's responsibility, or taking up a responsibility. So you can expect people to take responsibility towards you as responsibility to be demanded from you, which is something that I have to remind you from the topic of the week here. It is that you may, with your tenacious drive, you may find yourself disregarding consequences that your actions may cause to other people, and therefore by having the King of Swords and the Nine of Swords at the end of the week means that you are to be held accountable of your actions. So be mindful of how can I put it into words, how reckless and as well relentless even your drive is, because at the end of the day, even though you may claim your prize, that prize or you may claim your reward, that reward may come with a price bigger than you may know at the start of the week. So with that being said, Taurus, this was your weekly general tarot reading, guys. Hopefully you do enjoyed it and you do liked it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.